Yep, that's what I said to him. I said, like, going, let me ask you a question. First of all, welcome everybody. This is a real common thing that's going on right now. Here's the question I got to ask. If in your relationship or relationships, whatever that is, right, you were surrounded or you had a particular person, your significant other, or whatever's going on, that continually manipulated you, lied to you, coerced you, gaslit you, what would you do with that person? I mean, really, what would you do with that person? Right? Undoubtedly, if you're a reasonable, sane person, they're out of your life, right? They're gone. They see you later, bye. That sort of thing, right? Well, what the heck do you think's going on right now? With all the manipulation, cajoling, false data, obscured data, things being taken down, this cabal between, we'll call corporatism and statism, so that you only get the information that they want you to see, not what you're looking for, all that sort of stuff that's going on right now. Why in the heck would you, even for a moment, listen to the political class that says, we know what's better for you? Because that's what's happening. Okay, that's what's happening right now. Hey, you should get a fourth. Oh, no, well, maybe a third. Okay, who knows? Whatever's going on. Oh, remember we had all this solution, everything was going to be taken care of. Now, if you see the numbers that are rapid across North America, you and I both know, right, that it was a flat out lie. And it was, because for a long time, if you've ever followed anything I've done, I said the data doesn't support the action that they're asking you to take. It just does not. In fact, the action they're asking you to take is creating a problem of a whole variant scenario. You never, ever do you inject into a raging viral load or capacity. Okay, you just don't do it. You just don't, because what it does is it promotes the growth of variants. That's what it does. The one that survives, and it can proliferate and go and stuff. Now, the bottom line is this may be a very fortuitous thing that's taken place. I don't know. But you know, and I know both. I mean, look across your sports teams, okay? 100%, like in the NHL, right? Inoculation, stuff like that. Games shut down, right? Bowl games being canceled across healthy young men, canceled, right? Basketball teams games postponed, right? NFL finally said, we really don't care if a person's vaccinated or unvaccinated anymore because the data doesn't support one way or another. Anyway, you've been given information over and over again by people that have told you that you're not smart enough to figure out things for yourself, so they're just going to mandate what you're going to do. Okay? And it really hasn't been good for a whole lot of people. Trust me, it hasn't. It has been good for some, don't get me wrong, but we didn't focus on the vulnerable. Okay? We didn't focus on the vulnerable. The things that we knew the people needed to be taken care of. The people with significant pre-existing conditions, right? People whose immune system had really declined with age, those sorts of things are the people. In fact, many a politician turned around and just compounded the problem and had raging viral loads going throughout old age homes and the like because they just confined them and put them in place. And I don't know what the long-term consequences of all this sort of RNA, I'll call it instruction set, a foreign instruction set being compounded over and over again, the human body's going to do in the long term. I have no idea. Okay? So, and I don't think anybody's got any idea. That's why these doggone companies are being held harmless in respect that shit goes wrong. So why do I bring this up? I'll tell you why. Because there are things that you can do. There are things that you can do to have a robust immune system. That's what I promote and have promoted, well, for 15 years, but certainly over the last 2 years. Okay? They're there, right? There are things that you can do. You cannot walk around in a state of obesity. You can't do it, okay? That's just going to compound problems over and over again. And yet 40% of all Canadians are walking around in a state of obesity. What are you going to do about it? You're just going to wait, take an easy thing that's probably not going to create the outcomes that you want? Or do you get to decide, that, okay, starting today, I'm going to start taking those incremental steps over and over again so I won't fail. I'm going down that road. I know what the destination is. And the bottom line is I have to start on that path. That's the thing you do. That's the thing that you do. It's that straightforward. It's up to you. It's not up to some faceless, nameless, bureaucratic menage of illegitimate information. It's up to you. You can take that information if you choose to, and that's what you rely upon. That's good. That's what you decide to do. Nobody can tell you. If you stand for one iota of freedom and independence, okay, if you really do, you're going to understand and realize that something is totally wrong. In fact, I think a lot of people are not feeling good about the decisions that they were controlled, that they were manipulated into, because they weren't prepared. They were in a state of weakness. And then wait till this next wave comes along. This next wave, look, this next wave of inflation is going to eat you up. It's going to eat up society. I've been through that before. I've been through it a couple times, man. It's coming. The monetary policies of the governments of North America, but a lot of other places as well too, have created an environment in which you are going to have way less buying power. What are you going to do about it? You're going to sit there and say, woe is me, it's not my fault, all that sort of stuff. I'm telling you right now, there are things that you can do. Okay? Hey there, Mr. Squirrel, what do you want? There are things that you can do. I got them all over the place. There are things that you can do in order to take back control of your life. Rather than offloading your life, offloading it on an ongoing basis to these people that are not qualified to run your life, to own your life. Are you a warrior of wellness? Are you a warrior of wealth? Are you a warrior of wisdom? Are you going to decide that if it's to be, it's up to me? That you can grab the information? I don't mean the information that's just being spoon-fed to you by the media cabal. I mean, here in Canada, right, you have $1.6 billion that goes directly to media from government. And that's not including the millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars that get spent on ad buys. This is just pure subsidy. So what do? Well, they act in consort with these bureaucratic folks that decided that you're not capable of making decisions, that only they are capable of making decisions, and consequently, they're going to make the decision for you. That's a bunch of nonsense. And until good people decide to stand up and say, I own my life. I own my right to choose. I own my freedom. I have my freedom to do. And right now, certainly in Canada, they've taken that away from many of us who decided that we own our bodies, that we know what's going on. Listen, for years and years and years, I've been taken care of. I have a profoundly robust and intelligent immune system, and so do so many of my customers and so many of my colleagues, because we followed the proven, not suspect, the proven science of what you can do in order to have optimal support. That's the thing. So why then would I turn around and put in a foreign instruction set into my body that's really gene therapy? And why would I continue then to do that over and over and over again if I know actually the difference? No, it's not that I suspect. I know that this is not going to do me any good. And what I don't know is if it could do me any harm. So if I know it's not going to do me any good, but I don't know if it's going to do me any harm, then what decision should I be making for me? Now, if you have comorbidities, like you're overweight, high blood pressure, diabetic, older, those sorts of things, yeah, this may have maybe a good tool for you. I mean, honestly, folks, if you got diabetes and you're overweight and you got high blood pressure, you're going to die early anyways. Sorry, but that's what's going to happen unless you decide to do something about it. And there are a lot of people that just decide they're not going to do anything about it. They're just sort of like a tourist in life. They're not directing their life. They're not directing their dash. So, yeah, this is an end of a year sort of piece, but somebody's got to decide that they're going to stand up within this group of people that are watching this. Somebody's got to stand up and say, you own your dash. You own it. You. Nobody else is there to make. If you decide to be healthy or not, that's up to you. If you decide to pollute yourself, that's up to you. If you decide to jump out of perfectly good airplanes with like a wingsuit, that's up to you. Okay. All those sorts of things are up to you. So why in the world would we turn around and do something when we know that all the dialogue, all the things that you're protecting grandma and grandpa, that if you don't do this, you're going to kill somebody else, and now we know, in fact, that's total garbage and rubbish, and it always has been. It's not like new and revealing information. If you followed the information, we knew that was there. We knew that was the case, but that wasn't the dialogue in the media to you. But it certainly was known to a whole lot of us who paid attention, who really wanted to look at the data. Now, in the first few weeks, I had no idea what was going on. Holy crap, what's happening? What's going on? Let's figure this thing out. Oh man, oh man, oh man. But as it started to unravel and reveal itself, we did come to know what's there. So I come back to that and I say, look, this is Coach Richard talking about life. This is Coach Richard here who can help you if you're wondering the next step. This is Coach Richard that you can become part of the tribe, okay, of people that are independent thinkers, right, that are inquisitive, authentically curious, have critical thought going in and forward so you can make out your own decisions. But if you decide that that's something that's important to you, just reach out. Again, I've had more fun and reward at helping people take back ownership of their bodies, of their lives, right? Physically, financially. It's been tremendous, tremendous journey. But somewhere down the line, we've got a whole lot of people that are still deciding that the people that have been lying to them, people that are questionable character, okay, very questionable character, been lying to a whole group of people, that have been coercing a whole group of people, that have been gaslighting a whole group of people. All for what? All for the maintaining of a particular political and power structure. Because my God, if they lose that, oh no, I've lost my way. Those guys. Anyways, you don't lose your way. 2022 starts Saturday. As far as I'm concerned, for the warriors, for the champions of life, it started a long time ago. Let's just run the start up to it, right? Hitting the line of scrimmage at full speed, full blast. Yeah, because we got some work to do. We got some people to help. Not to convince, not to coerce, okay? Just to help, who've decided that they are worthy of owning their dash. What is the dash? The day that you're born, the day that you die, that little dash in between, that's yours to direct. So direct your dash. Go ahead. Do it. I challenge you. I challenge you to own your life. I challenge you to own your body. I challenge you to own your mind. And I challenge you to smile going in 22, because you're worth it. You really are. All right, everybody. That's it from Camp Cameron, this 30th day of December. Bye-bye.